Here we are, week 15 with the pastor at Yahoo as we do the big butts of the Bible series. And we find ourselves this week in 1 Timothy 6. This is where the Apostle Paul is writing to his pastoral protege, Timothy, and he's telling him how to run the church, and he has some discussion with him, and in it, he lists some important buts. There's a bunch of them right here. So let's start in verse 6, 1 Timothy 6:6.
But godliness with contentment is great gain. Godliness with contentment is great gain.
Just keep reading because he says quite a bit here. He's talking about the love of money and how it can shipwreck you. For we brought nothing into this world and we can take nothing out. But, there's another but if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But, lots of buts, hey? But, those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. Verse 10, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs. Verse 11. But, yes, our final big but. Verse 11, 1 Timothy 6:11. But as for you, O man of God, or
O woman of God,
flee these things. Flee, not fight, flee.
These things, and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, steadfastness, gentleness. Fight the good fight of the faith and take hold of eternal life to which you were called. Now that's some good words from the Apostle Paul to his pastoral protege, Timothy. So there's a lot to look at. We're going to kind of focus on the kind of the beginning and the end. Godliness with contentment.
but godliness with contentment is great gain. In
comparison, in contrast to those who are seeking wealth and riches in this world. You want the kingdom of this world? I think it was Jesus who said, what good is it for a man if he were to gain the whole world, but forfeit his soul? Is your soul, your eternal soul, worth anything in this earth? So you want to have godliness with contentment. And that's what great... How about that? That holiness, that godliness, that focus on God, and then to be content with what he chooses to give you, the food and the clothing and the blessings. Don't chase after the money. It's the root of all kinds of evils. And pursue the things of God. Flee the things of the world and pursue things like righteousness, godliness, faith, love, steadfastness, gentleness. Fight the good fight of faith. Take hold of that eternal life that God has called you to. That's a big butt of the Bible. I'm the pastor Yahoo. I'm worn out. Whew. That's a lot of butts. See you next week. God bless.